Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is Jonathan Piersma, who will be fighting against Devin Smith on LFA 167. Hello Jonathan, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Jonathan, you will be fighting in the main event of LFA, so I think that it is a big fight. So please tell me, how is your camp going and what do you know about your opponent?
Yeah, camp's been going good. Everything's going as according as planned. Weight's coming down good. We're putting our final touches on the hard training. We're about a week out. What I know about my opponent coming up. I don't know, we watched some film. He hasn't fought in about 3 years. So he's been out of the game for a while. So it's hard to know what he's done over those 3 years, what kind of adjustments he's made, what kind of training he's been doing. If he's been training, we don't know. But yeah, we've watched the film. We broke down his fights. We kind of got a little bit of a game plan. We know what he likes to do, what he's good at. So yeah, we'll be prepared.
And do you think that fighting in main event of LFA and beating this opponent will get you to the UFC or to be close to the UFC?
Yeah, hopefully. I don't really control that. And there's no guarantees. So I try not to think about that too much, but I know fighting for LFA is a really good promotion, especially fighting a main event. So there'll be eyes on this fight. Fighting a solid opponent, 9-3. He's fought in the Contender Series before. So yeah, I think a win in this fight, main event, especially a good win with a good stoppage, will put me close to that doorstep, getting the call. But I try not to think about that, worry about that too much, because it's going to happen what's going to happen. So yeah, we'll be ready when we get the call.
And if after the win, LFA would propose you a title fight, LFA title fight, would you be interested in taking this?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, hopefully, a good win, a good finish gets me that call to the UFC. But if that's not what's next immediately, and LFA were to offer me a title fight, then yeah, definitely that'd be great. Winning the title for LFA would be another a big deal on the regional scene. That would just help my case to make it there. So yeah, we're gonna take this fight. We're not gonna look ahead, but you know what? Down the road, if I were, got the opportunity to fight for the LFA belt, yeah, that would be cool. I would definitely be something to be open to.
And you fought against few tough opponents like Chris Verin or Charlie Radtke, who will be fighting in the UFC. And I think that the fight with Radtke showed that how good you are. That it was a close fight, and like if his place is in the UFC, your probably place is there too.
Yeah, man, that fight, that's the one I wish I could get back. It is what it is. I lost a split decision. I'm not going to complain about that. I shouldn't have left in the judge's hands. But that's a fight I feel like if I could get back, I definitely would finish him a second time. I had his back, 3 different times in the fight. 99% of the time I finish the fight if I get on your back. So, yeah, it is what it is. That's a fight I would love to get back down the road. But yeah, I fought nothing but pretty much tough guys in my career. That's pretty much all I've got. I'm not taking easy fights, and I think that's going to benefit me in the long run.
And what is the gym, your main gym that you are currently training in?
Synthesis BJJ, Rochester, New York.
So it's a rather smaller gym, right?
Yeah, in the sense of we don't have like a ton of pro fighters. We got a bunch of amateurs, a couple pro guys. But it's not a huge in the fact of we got tons of pro fighters. Yeah, so it's kind of I guess unknown in the sense of that category.
And do you have like sparring partners, good prospects that can be in either UFC or Bellator in next few years?
Yeah, so there's some guys around the area that are also pro fighters. A couple guys that are fighting on this LFA card that we come in get sparring with. A couple other guys come in from in the area. So we got on certain nights sparring we'll have 6 or 7 pro guys top of our regional guys. You know, a couple guys I think have a chance to make it, you know, to that next level eventually. So we have a good little core. You know, we train together, spar together. We get good work in. We got some good amateurs too that give us some good work. So yeah, we have a good little group. I get good work in. No, we're just gonna keep it rolling here.
And according to topology, you also like to start in grappling competition. And do you plan to do more of them in this year?
Yeah, so I love to compete in nogi when I get the chance. It's been a little while. I've been, you know, focused on fighting mostly, but yeah, definitely. I actually planned hopefully, you know, as long as everything goes good in this fight, no injuries, you know, knock on wood. My plan is to compete for the ADC trials in October, the North American trials, East Coast. That's like mid-October, so that's my plan. So I'm actually hoping to jump in there and get some competition in for nogi. But yeah, I love any opportunity I get to, you know, get some more competition in. That's not a fight. You know, I love to get it in.
And like skill-wise and record-wise, I think that you are close to being signed to the UFC. And if the short notice opportunity will happen, like let's say you have 2 weeks to go to welterweight division to cut weight and fight in 170 pounds division, would you be like able to do this?
Yeah, so that's at this point in my career, I know that that's a possibility. Especially with a win in this fight, you know, they'll put me you know, hopefully around the doorstep, and you know, I could be getting a call anytime. So the plan after this fight is to stay in shape, keep my weight down to a manageable number. Where if I were to get that call on 2 weeks' notice, I could make weight. You know, because I'm in a spot where I don't want to, you know, take time off and get super heavy, and you know, not be able to take that opportunity. You know. So yeah, after this fight, we're gonna get right back into training, and we're gonna stay in shape. We're gonna keep the weight at a good number, and we'll be ready for a short notice call up to the UFC, or you know, take another fight on the regional scene. You know, we'll be ready. You know, this is a spot right now where I need to be taking all this time off. So yeah, we're gonna turn around. We're gonna stay right on top of it, and we'll be ready. So yeah, I'm gonna keep myself ready. At this point, at any time I could get that call, so I'm gonna be ready to go. And whenever they call me, I'll be ready.
And if let's say Bellator would give you a opportunity to fight there, or PFL, would you be interested, or you prefer to like wait a little bit longer to go to the UFC?
Yeah, I don't know. That's I guess it depends what the numbers were. You know what I mean? You know, we're in this sport to make money, and you know, the ultimate goal is the UFC. Obviously, that's the biggest stage, and that's where I feel I deserve to be. You know, but I'm not gonna say no to anything. So we'll see. You know, offers that come in, we're always gonna take a look at them and you know see where we're at. But you know, right now, hopefully UFC. But like I said, I'm not gonna say no to anything right now. So we'll be open to whatever comes our way. We'll take a look at it.
And do you have a fighter in mind, let's say, as the dream fight scenario, the fighter that you would like to fight against from the welterweight division from any organization?
Well, I mean, like you said earlier, that Radtke fight, I'd love to get that one back. That's one that really, you know, eats at me a little bit. So, you know, if I get called up to UFC, you know, he just got there, so I get there. We're both new guys. That would definitely be a fight I'd love to get back. So yeah, that'd be the one I'd want.
Actually, I would love to see your rematch against Chris Verin, because it was like the situation with.
Controversial thing, you know. I thought I got the finish. He said he didn't. Yeah, so that is what it is. You know, if that happened in the future, that happens. But yeah, you know. But at the end of the day, I'll fight anyone that comes my way. You know, any opportunity I get the UFC, I'm gonna be taking it. It doesn't matter who it is.
And what would you say that is like the best thing in being a MMA fighter?
The one best thing.
Yes.
Um, the best thing. Just going after my dream, pursuing what I love to do. You know, especially at this point, you know, I'm not at the point where I'm making the big money yet on the regional scene, or, you know, made it to the top, you know, but, you know, just being able to do this every day, you know, is my job. Doing this full time, training every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. not having to work a regular 8 to 5 day job. That's the best part. Even if I'm not making the money that I'm gonna eventually when I get there. I'm the type of person that I knew I couldn't just work a regular 8 to 5 and just be content with my life. So being able to chase that dream and wake up every day and pushing to accomplish my goals and my dreams. That's probably the best part of it right now for me. It gives me a reason to work hard every day, and it gives me a reason to get up and be excited every day. Like I said, if I was just working some normal 8 to 5, I don't think I'd be happy. So that's probably the best part for me.
And before your fights, how do you deal with the stress, either in a training camp and just few hours when you are waiting for going to the cage?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stress with this career path. Obviously, every day training, making weight, little injuries here, little injuries there. But at the end of the day, I just realized, I chose to do this. I get to do this. So yeah, I prepare as hard as I can. I put myself in best shape I can. I'm the most ready I can, knowing I'm the most ready I can be every fight. So that helps me be confident in myself. And knowing that I'm not being forced to go in there and fight. I chose to do this. I get to do this. So that helps the nerves and the anxiety a little bit before fights. Just knowing that this is something I love to do and I get to do it. It's not something I'm being forced to do. So that's the mentality I go in there with, and that's how I think about it. So every fight I take it as I know you never know how many more you're gonna get. So try to enjoy it. Have a good time and realize you're gonna have those nerves, but it's a good thing because you care about it.
And I have also a few questions outside of fighting. If you, what is the one thing that you couldn't live without?
But I couldn't live without. Man. What couldn't I live without? Um, I mean, my family is super important to me. Um, that's something that'd be hard to live without. Family, friends. Um, that time spent with family and friends. That's a big thing. Away from fighting, get your mind off that. So that's a big help for me. Those little things, just relieve some stress. Take your mind off fighting. Because I'm do it, it's pretty much all day, every day. So when you get those opportunities, to kind of unplug, be away from it, that's a big thing.
Yes, and I think that like for professional fighter is super important to have this time that you don't think about MMA, that you can zone out and like spend time with the people that you love.
Yeah, it's tough to not think about it. It's tough to unplug, but yeah, no, that is important because like you said, it's a stressful job and it's a stressful thing day in and day out. So yeah, you got to find ways to be able to take time to get your mind off it and kind of relax a little bit. But yeah, for sure.
And if you can tell me like one dream that you have, but which is not involve the fighting, the MMA, like let's say the thing that you have on your bucket list, but it's not involving MMA.
Dream non-involved. Um, hmm. Well, I mean, one of my dreams is always to open a gym someday. I know that involves MMA, but not directly with fighting. Have my own gym someday. Down the road, that's always been a goal of mine. I know that kind of involves MMA, but outside of fighting myself personally, I would love to train and open a gym someday. So that's like, I guess, my goal outside of my own fighting career.
So after you end your career, it can happen. It can be like Jonathan, like MMA,
Yeah.
gym.
I guess right now in my life I'm solely locked in, so that's what I'm thinking about. But yeah, once I'm personally done fighting, I'd love to open a gym. That's my goal. Be able to train guys and coach guys to be up and coming successful fighters someday.
And the last question, if you can have one superpower, what would you like to have and pick from the like superpowers?
Superpowers, damn. Superpower. I guess. If I was aiming this towards fighting, I guess my superpower I'd want is never get tired. That'd be an interesting superpower. Unlimited cardio.
It's like a Merap a little bit. His cardio is crazy.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little superpower to have. Never get tired. That'd be a nice one.
Okay, Jonathan, so many thanks for this conversation. I hope that you will win the fight on LFA 167, and next year we can see you in the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. Let's hope as soon as possible.